3, 4. La da 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 bum ba dum ba bum. Da 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 dum ba dum. Da 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 dum ba da da dum bum 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 ba dum bum bum. Bum. Each their own and find peace in knowing ain't always broken, but here's to hoping. Show no emotion against your coding. Just act as hard as you can. You don't need a friend. Boy, you're the man. Hey friends, what's going on? This is David Potts with Song Notes, and today I'm going to teach you how to pick up your guitar and play Feeling Whitney. This is a Post Malone song, and it came in by request. It's one I had never heard by him. I've been listening to a bit of his music the last few months, but this one slipped by, and I'm really grateful for the recommendation because it bit me right away. Figured it out. I'm going to show it with you now. So let's get into the lesson. I'm going to show you the chords. I'm going to show you the transitions between the chords, but most importantly, I'm going to talk about the finger picking pattern, okay? Because that's really the trick of this song, I think, okay? So let's get to it. Big picture, you're only going to need about 4 chords for this song. You're going to need a C. You're going to need an A minor. And I'll show you how to play these in a second. You're going to need an F, okay? You can do a full F, or you can do just the bottom 4 strings or the middle 4 strings. I'll show you that. And you'll need a G. Okay? Now there are a few variations, like a C7 and a G7. I'll show you those too. But really it's the finger picking pattern I want to talk about here. So to kick things off, let's look at this intro of the song, which is just C, and it's just finger picking, okay? No lyrics yet. So what we have here is C is a 3rd fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the D string, open, 1st, open, okay? So the thinnest 5 strings only, 3rd, 2nd, open, 1st, open. So you want to be able to play that and play it cleanly. Make sure all the strings are making a clean sound. But once you have that, what I want you to do, if you want to finger pick it, is put down your pick, and I want you to put your thumb, index, middle, and ring fingers on your right hand on the middle 4 strings, okay? So your thumb is on the 5th string, the A string, index finger on the D string, middle and ring on the G string and B string. So if you were to go from thickest to thinnest of the middle 4 strings, be able to do that first, okay? Once you can do that, you're going to have to do this for every chord, by the way. So make sure you can play the chord shape, play it cleanly, pluck the strings cleanly. And then let's look at the pattern here. The pattern, and the whole song uses this. You're going to do thumb, ring, index, middle. Okay? Thumb, ring, index, middle. So in that position, that would sound like this. Okay? And then you're going to repeat that over and again. Take it slow. And this is all the intro is. Now you'll notice it's a bit faster on the recorded version of this song. It's a bit more like this. But if you're just practicing this for the first time, speed should be the last thing you're worrying about. If anything, you should take it slow and make sure you're doing it at a steady rate. Because really, that's going to help you learn and improve. Once you can do it at a steady rate, a little bit faster, it's probably going to get a bit harder. Keep trying it, right? And there's lots of little things, like you don't want to sort of hit the neighboring strings when you're finger picking. It's a bit of a precision game, okay, with your fingertips. So work on that. Try to get each string cleanly, evenly plucked. Okay? But once you can do that, you're going to take that approach and apply it to every chord in the rest of the song. Now, a quick note about practicing a finger picking pattern. I recommend practicing it without worrying about the chord shapes first, right? Do this. Thumb, ring, index, middle. Get used to the pattern without worrying about switching chords, because that really gets your right hand where it needs to go as far as that muscle memory, okay? And a trick I'll tell you is you can do this when you're not playing guitar, when you're at class, when you're at a red light, when you're at school, when you're at work. You can just do this sort of pattern on the table or on your chest or whatever, on your leg. You know, here's a video of me. I was at dinner while I was learning this song. I just sort of realized my hand kind of like wanted to practice this, and I was sort of doing it subconsciously. And I got this little video here. And I'm really just showing you this because putting in these reps, these repetitions of doing this sort of practice, going through the motions, it pays off. So the next time you pick up your guitar, your hand's already done this a few hundred times more, and you're kind of that much more able to worry about the chord changes and worry about the other hard stuff. So again, just get this down, okay? All right, so let's keep on going here. So let's look at the rest. Basically, we're going through this chord progression. C, then you're going to go to A minor. A minor, you start with the C shape, third, second, open, first, open. All you're doing is moving your ring finger, picking it up off the 5th string, moving it down to the 2nd fret of the G string. So then you have open, second, second, first, open, okay? So again, look, C, pick up the ring finger, A minor. So C, A minor. The really important point here is your index and your middle fingers are staying exactly where they are. Okay, that makes a transition a lot easier to do. So let's look at the pattern for that chord. Same thing as the C, same strings. This is the C, okay? And this is the A minor. So your picking hand is doing the exact same thing. Nothing is changing with my picking hand. It's really my chord hand that's changing one finger, okay? So this is how you do the A minor. And then we're gonna go to the F. And this is the trickiest part of the whole song, I think, is this F chord. But basically, F is typically played all 6 strings. First, third, third, second, first, first. However, for this song, you're never actually playing on the F the thinnest 2 strings. So you don't need to bar it. You can just do fingertips only, okay? So 1st fret of the 6th, the low E string, okay? Put your ring and pinky on the 3rd fret of the A string and D string, so those are the bottom 3 notes, 1st, 3rd, 3rd. And then 2nd fret of the G string with your middle finger. Okay? Another way to play this one, if you like, is basically, this is a trickier one, but basically I bring my thumb around the top and sort of push diagonally into the fret, but I can actually make that lowest E string on the 1st fret make a sound, okay? And then same deal with your ring, pinky, and middle, but basically you're doing this, okay? This counts too. This is actually easier to switch to, in my opinion, because your thumb is right there, okay? You don't have to do this. Doing that extra motion is a bit time consuming. I mean, you're trying to stay in count and not miss a chord. It can be tough. So anyway, and for the F, once you get the chord shape and a way you can play it, you'll just do the same pattern on the lowest 4 strings. So thumb, ring, index, middle on the thickest 4 strings. So okay? That's the C, that's the A minor, that's the F. So again, take this progression, and for each of the chord letters in this progression, you're gonna play the pattern. So that means 8 times on the C, 8 times on the A minor, 8 times on the F, and then back to the C for 8 times of the pattern. So let's go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, with the sort of vocal melody, I'm not gonna do the high note like him because that would be embarrassing for me. But basically, I'll do it an octave lower. It's like this. La da 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 da. It's been long. All right, so that's what you need for the sort of intro where he's like, ooh, but then also for the spoken part. So I've been looking for someone to put up with my bullshit. Da, 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 da. All right, So that's all you'll need for all the verses of the song. And the last thing I want to show you is this chorus here. So the chorus, you're finishing up the verse with a C, regular C that you normally would do at the end of each verse. But for the last four, C7. What that is, it's a C shape, but all you're doing is adding your pinky on the G string 3rd fret. So it's 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 1st. This is a C7 chord, okay? So you play that 4 times, and then you go into the chorus. Now the chorus is basically, so the chorus you'll do 8 patterns of F, then you'll do 8 patterns of C, then back to 8 patterns of F, then you'll do 4 patterns of C, and then 1 pattern of G. And then a G7. Let me talk about the G's here. Now the G's, 3rd, 2nd, open, 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 3rd. That's a G chord, okay? G7 is the same deal, but it's 3rd, 2nd, open, 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 1st. And you really have to use your index finger up here on that 1st fret. And that's a key note of sort of the sound of this part of the chorus. So be able to do the G and the G7. You might want to do your G with ring finger, middle finger, and then pinky, so that when you do the G7, you just use your index finger, which is already in place, okay? And that way you're using your same 2 fingers on these lowest 2 notes, okay? But how the G pattern works, it's a bit different actually. It's thumb, middle, index, ring, okay? So that's what it's like for the G and the G7. Again, thumb, middle, index, ring, 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 thumb. And then you let it pause. Because he plays the G7 pattern twice. Then he plays the lowest G note once and then lets it ring and says, boy, you're the man. Okay? Then you go back to the intro or the interlude or the whatever. And for the chorus, if you were to do the picking pattern, it would sound like this. Again, this is what I've already showed you, just putting it in this order. So, to each their own, and find peace in knowing ain't always broken, but here's to hoping, show no emotion against your coding, just act as hard as you can. You don't need a friend. Boy, you're the man. Okay? So that was just that progression with the pattern, and you're good to go. So otherwise, that's all you'll need for this song. I hope this was helpful for you. Again, I saw there was nothing on YouTube, and I wanted to put this out there. But this has been David Potts with Song Notes. Thank you very much for watching. Again, check out the website, subscribe if you like all that stuff. And if you love this lesson and you watched it a few times, I do have a tip jar on my website. If you're feeling generous and want to toss a few bucks my way, it helps support me in this crazy project so I can do more lessons just like this one. So hit that up, playsongnotes.com. That's enough from me today. Remember, I want you to pick up that guitar and play. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.